this is the second part, and I'm going to stain using pigment powder and then some clear coats of wipe on varnish. My stain is made of mineral spirits, the pigment powder. Some people use aniline dyes because they are soluble, but at the moment I'm pretty happy with this pigment powder because it is cheaper and easy to find at any local art store. This is boiled linseed oil. I also made my own earth pigments, and I'll probably upload a video about the process. I'll put a link in the description in that case. And this is a varnish with polyurethane. A little more pigment. Now some mineral spirits to make the gradient for the sunburst. I put all the paper towels I use with boiled linseed oil in a container with water to avoid the risk of fire. And this is my high-end machine, Super Air Pressure Cleaner 3000 Pro. At this point the color at the front looks pretty decent, but the problem is when I remove the finish I realize that there is a very thin veneer. I don't know why, because the color was completely opaque, but I think the glue doesn't allow the stain to soak into the wood properly. So the sunburst will be very subtle. There is another veneer at the back, so I decided to stain evenly because the sunburst didn't look good. For the first clear coat, I mixed the polyurethane varnish with just a little bit of oil. This way is easier to apply, but it's also weaker. So this mix will be only for the first coat. A few drops of Cobalt drier because the oil dries pretty slowly. Wipe on and then wipe off the excess with a clean paper towel. We'll see the next coat in more detail. The next 4 coats will be only with the varnish. And wiping off all of the excess, you'll achieve a very well polished surface. And I prefer to feel the natural touch of the wood, so I like this technique. But of course you can build up a thicker finish with more coats. Before the last coat, I'm gonna use this thing to leave some very fine marks, so the varnish can hold to the previous coat better, but without sanding, because I don't want to sand at this point. I let it dry for a few days and ready to assemble. And this guitar was my first project. Burned with blowtorch and then oil and wax. Thanks for watching, see you, bye.